is it. This is No Laugh Track Podcast, episode 342.
Ooh.
342, that is right. We're here at Acme Comedy Company because we wouldn't do it anywhere else. It's Acme's podcast. I'm Justin Severson, the host. My guest is Shane Torres, or as I like to say it, Shane Torres.
Grazie.
I know you were here last night. You didn't performing, so you didn't get a chance to watch what I watched on TV.
Did you watch the debates?
Yes. What a clusterfuck.
Yes.
And I don't want to. We're not. This isn't a political podcast. We're not going to sit here and talk about that. But I don't know if you happen to hear anything
pay
about
attention.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a couple of the participants got some attention because out of nowhere they started speaking Spanish.
Yeah, Beto does that.
Yeah. And Cory Booker.
Yeah. I like Beto. But that's one of those things where it's just like, Estanes des Noces, he's like, it's like, oh, Jesus, man, I get. But, I guess with Beto, since he's from El Paso, which is like the most Mexican place in the United States. Yeah. It makes some sense for his constituents. And so, he's just like a lot of Texans are just like, they just speak Spanish because they work around like Latinos and Mexican people so much. But,
Have you ever been introduced on stage as Shane Torres?
Yeah, some people have done that.
Just on their own. They take it upon themselves
yeah. And I just
to Hispanic it up.
Yeah, well, just a little like it's kind of sweet, in a weird way that they're so thoughtful about it, I guess. Yeah. And sometimes they might be pretentious, it
can come across as that.
Yeah, but I think all in all, it's probably fairly well intended.
Hola,
my buddy Ian. His dad, he says this about his dad, that his dad is so liberal it kind of comes back around and is almost weird in a way. Like he's like Dikembe Mutombo. He called him Dikembe Mutombo. and
nobody's doing that.
Yeah. They're just like, come on.
And I guarantee if you go like whatever African, I don't remember what African country he's from, but I guarantee they're not pronouncing it like that.
Yeah. Probably not. Yeah,
it's probably a series of pops and clicks.
Yeah.
So he's just like he's really murdering it.
Yeah. But that was like one of those things that made me laugh a fucking ton when I heard it first out. How are you doing, man? How you been?
Very good. As you can see, I have.
Yeah, did you have surgery?
No. Oh boy, man, that'd be a better story. No, I'm almost done wearing this thing. I have a brace on my arm. It's not a cast. It's a brace. Playing adult, D level softball. Drunk,
like a baseball league,
old
or
man
a bar
softball.
league
Yeah, bar league. I had to play at first base. Really stupid. I hit a weak grounder. It looked like I was going to have a clear run to first base. Nobody was going to cover it. And at the last second, the first baseman hopped back onto first base, and we just like slammed into each other. I was running at my full speed, which isn't that fast, but
fast
full
enough
speed
to do some damage.
Yeah. So I don't know if I fractured a bone in my forearm. I don't know if it happened hitting him or hitting the ground when I fell backwards.
So, but that will
I'm going back for an X-ray 3 days from now, and I'll probably be done wearing this.
Yeah, and I think the fracture will have healed. Do
I
fractures heal on their own?
Yeah, it's still a little sore.
Yeah,
still a little sore. So it was a stupid accident in softball.
You're playing softball. You're not.
But here's the thing. In softball now, they have, I don't know if you've seen this before, at first base, to avoid things like this, they have a second base. Not second base, but a second base.
First base.
Yes. There's one on
first base A and first base B.
Exactly. There's one right on the line, like normal, like over at Target Field at the Twins game right now. Then there's a second one that's right to the right of that. Outside the lines. To avoid basically running into the guy at first base, which is what I should have done. I was raised playing baseball instinctively. I'm not running to that outside the lines.
Yeah, and then also, like, if you're not... It is a nice thought in a way, to like. Or I guess it probably helps people, but I would imagine at some point it may like shifting. If you're just straight lining until you get to that space, you might lose a half a step on the pivot. Yeah, which could be the difference between you being in and out.
I should have did the. No, this would have been douchey if I would have slid head first.
Is that why I always wonder why people don't slide into first base?
Is it any faster? The Twins had a guy 10 years ago named Nick Punto.
Yeah, because they just have to have the ball on first base. They don't have to tag you.
Correct. It's whoever's there first.
So when you're diving or sliding into second,
that's a tag. You have to get a
Yeah,
tag
that's a tag.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily any faster. It's more to make it harder for them to tag you.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
You got to move around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is the... I've had So this was a fracture, and I broke a bone once too in my life. The only other times this has happened, and that was also playing softball. So maybe it's time for me to retire.
Maybe, I don't know, man. You seem like you still got a few good years left.
I don't know. I've got some buddies in a dart league. That might be a little safer as long as I don't.
I don't know. Not with your wrist.
I'm right-handed. I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you don't ever have to go lefty. Yeah.
How about you? Any stupid? What's the dumbest injury you've ever had? Anything come to mind?
Fuck. Oh, yeah. That was a good transition. You're a good interviewer.
Hey, I'm trying.
Yeah. I was in a band like late teens, early 20s, and I had so drunk. I drank all this gin, and it was our last show, and I wasn't taking it well, and I jumped off the stage, and I like smashed my ankle to bits doing it. Cleared out people, and then I kept doing it. And I remember they had to I went into the hospital. Like they were like, gee, like my ankle was swelling over my boot. And yeah. And I remember the funny part is, we went home first because my mom was a nurse.
Mine too.
And she was like, this is, you're gonna. For like 2 hours, I had to just lay on the couch because she was like, they'd work 7A to 7P or 7P to 7A.
Sure.
Yeah. She was like, I'm not going in till 7, so I'll take you to the hospital then.
You gotta wait for my shift to start.
Yeah, and then they like x-rayed my foot and all this shit, and they were like, it's not broken, but it's a really bad sprain. I couldn't walk it, move on it at all. And then I remember like they gave me some pain meds, and I passed out, and I woke up. I didn't have insurance at the time, and my mom wasn't gonna get stuck with the bill, so she was a labor and delivery nurse at that time. She worked all over the medical fields, but so she just hid me out in the labor and delivery ward, like sort of all these pregnant women. I woke up and there were like ducks and shit on the wall, and I was like, what is going on here?
You have a pacifier in your mouth?
Yeah, I was and they're just like women having their the happiest moments of their lives, and I was just in bed like groaning like ah.
And then she still used some baby Tylenol.
Yeah. That did shit, and that didn't do the trick. My ankle still clicks from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Do you know when it's going to rain or anything? Does it?
Yeah, my ankles get really tight. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But
what kind of music were you doing?
Oh, gee, we were like
I think you mentioned that a little last time you were on.
Yeah, maybe. It's so weird. Really, earlier we were talking about how we were like. When I was here last, I didn't remember doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Which it sounds really rude, I guess, but I didn't mean for it to.
You do a lot of podcasts. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. But, like, it's one of those things you just kind of was like, did I do this? Mm-hmm. And then now that it's like kind of flooding back that we're in the same place.
Okay.
So I guess it's not weird. It's normal. I guess that means my brain still works.
It's good.
I have some recall left, I guess. But
the music
was like metal, like like kind of like Tool, that kind of sound. Yeah, like very, like guitar affected. Like yeah. And I was singing in the band. We're using the word singing loosely.
Okay.
Yeah. And we cut a demo. It's still the worst thing I have ever heard. It's so fucking bad. I like my old guitar player is still a buddy of mine. I saw him last week actually. I was like, hey, do you have it? And he goes, yeah, I do. And I was like, and he was like, do I want to hear it? He goes, he gave me a copy of it. Like this was a few years ago, and I put it in the CD player of the car.
It was back out.
So fucking horrendous. Like I nearly wrecked the car. I was just like, gee, like, and the lyrics are like, yeah, like it's all, like you're a bastard and whatever.
Is anyone that you played with still performing music?
That band. No, they're both audio guys. 3 of them are audio guys. 2 of the 3 are audio guys.
So now they can recognize what's good and what's bad.
Well, like the guy who gave us the Blake Blagel, he now he went like he does like he's got some media school, like media tech schooling and stuff. So he can, like produce and stuff. But he's also a stagehand, and he just started that because he delivers pies and stuff right now. He's like a delivery driver and shit. But I'm very proud of him because he's like found something he wanted to do finally.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's like he's taking those real big steps. So it's very cool. And the other guy does he's the boom. I've seen him. One of the other guys is bass player. He does boom for television shows and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you listening to now?
man.
Tool's not recording new stuff these days.
Yeah, they're putting out a new album actually.
Oh, that's right. They're gonna
tour and shit.
Yeah, there's a tour.
That'll be a hot ticket item.
Oh yeah.
What am I listening to?
Like you get into a car with satellite radio. What station do you go to?
Oh, fuck! I don't.
The comedy station?
Shane Torres Radio.
Shane Torres Radio, Pandora. I looked at that. You have a lot of subscribers on there.
Do I?
Yeah.
How many do I have?
It was like over 100 grand.
Really?
I don't know if it's subscribers, hits, viewers, whatever that number at the top. It was like 110,000. I just looked at it last night.
Fucking for real?
For real, Shane.
I should be getting a check then.
Of some sort.
Weird.
Yeah. You ought to look into that. It's not the first time this has come up on this podcast where people are like, oh, I better look into that.
110,000.
Yeah.
Because I think Pandora pays better than like... No. Satellite radio pays better than streaming services because they had to pay for the spin. Like, whatever. Fucking, I got to check that out. There might be a check out there with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a house. I guess right now I was on the way on the walk over here. I was listening to this band Pup. I think they're from Toronto. They're fun.
What are they called? Pup?
PUP, Pup. Like kind of like a punk band.
Okay.
What else am I doing? Just trying to think. Tobin Sprout is a guy I've been listening to. Do you remember Guided by Voices? Mm-hmm. He was in that band.
Okay.
And I was listening to his solo stuff, and I really, really like it. Katana, this band I really like. This like kind of 90s indie front, like lady rock band, I guess. I don't know.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Babes in Toyland is one of my favorite bands of all time.
I was listening to Bikini Kill the other day. So stuff like that. Jawbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Like rock, I guess, like nice distortion on the guitar, so that kind of stuff.
Right on.
Yeah.
New Raconteurs, you like them? No.
I haven't really listened to them. The new
Jack White's
the Raconteurs, not the new Raconteurs.
Yeah, sorry. There's a new
Raconteurs
album.
I have not listened to it, but I do. Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah, if you like guitar.
But then of course, like we're in Minneapolis, the Replacements are from here.
Yeah,
and that's like one of my all-time favorite bands. Murder City Devils from Seattle is another one.
Did you see this thing going around? I assume it's been in like every city is doing their own version of it, but it was a thing I saw the other day on Twitter, and it was like ruin your Minnesota credibility in one tweet. And one person.
There's such a thing as Minnesota credibility?
Well, it'll make more sense when this was my favorite one that I saw. Someone said, "I don't get the Replacements."
Oh wow!
Yeah, as a Minnesotan. Shitting on the Replacements.
Aren't they are they like a big deal to you guys here in Minneapolis? I mean, they're a big deal to me, but do you guys take a lot of local pride out of them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would too. I just don't know. Some people are from places,
especially because like Prince is the one everybody knows about,
and
the Replacements is the rock and roll answer.
Yeah. And it's hard to be bigger than Prince. Clearly. Yeah,
he's got a new album coming out. I just heard a new version.
What?
It's the songs.
Is there anything he can't do?
I know. It's this. I just listened to it yesterday. A song from it. It's his version of Manic Monday, that Bangle song that he wrote for.
Just another Manic Monday. Yeah.
There's an album out, or it's coming out. Prince singing that song because he actually wrote it for them. Oh, apparently, yeah.
Of course he did. That actually, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man, what a guy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I know it. Let's go. We got to talk about you. It's Thursday. You've done 2 shows this week.
Yeah.
How've they been?
They've been good, man. Still hoping I sell one of them out at least. But Tuesday, Wednesday's early in the week too.
Yeah.
You know, tonight will be really fun. The shows have been a blast. They've been great.
Contest is going on.
Contest going on. I'm trying to think. First show on Tuesday, it was like felt like I was humming pretty good and found my groove pretty good. Last night I did well, but I felt like I was better on Tuesday for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I know why. It's because I had two friends, three or four friends here, and I got nervous because when I can see them, I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever told friends to not be visible during shows?
Yeah, they know. They had good etiquette. I could still just see them. You know, like but they, you know, to their credit, they were trying. You know, they sat in the back. They didn't sit up front or anything, but I could still just see them because it wasn't full.
The back was a little closer than it could be.
Yeah.
So the last time you were here, it was episode 263, and today's 342. And I'll remind you of something that happened back then. That was during the state fair time.
Yeah, that's right. I remember doing that. I went and did radio, and was like, "What am I doing here?"
And you're one of the few people. We talked about this, that have entered the state fairgrounds and didn't get to eat anything. It's like the saddest story ever. You told me that you didn't get to eat there.
I do remember this now.
That's so sad.
That's so funny.
It's a place that's known for the disgustingly delicious food.
Yeah, man.
You didn't even get any.
Not touch
and no
it.
chance to make up for that now because we're not state fair.
Yeah, but I mean, I can still eat food.
We still have the Juicy Lucy's.
Yeah. I got to go do that before I go. That'll be like my treat.
And another thing from that conversation we had back then is you were like, "Oh yeah, and do you know Jenny Zagrino? She told me about the state fair." And my response was, "Yeah, I've heard of her." Well, since then she's been on this podcast. Thankfully.
Yeah. Did you really not know who she was then?
I'd only seen her name in print, had never seen her perform at that time or anything.
She's sweet.
Yeah, that was my honest answer.
I love
I've
Jenny.
heard of her. Yeah,
Jenny makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah, no,
She's
now
great.
I follow her on Instagram. I've interviewed her on here. I've watched her stuff. She's great.
She
absolutely
kills me.
But one of the other things you said during that recording is that you were looking for a new place to live at the time because you said that you could reach the fridge from your bed. Are you still in that situation?
No, I think I've lived in a couple places since then.
I'm always fascinated. That was
about 80 weeks ago? 90 weeks? So not quite 2 years, but pretty close. Mm-hmm. You said this is episode what?
342.
And that was episode
263. One a week, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's 81 weeks. Yeah. I guess, no, I lived in...
At that time, you said you had a roommate, one bedroom. Roommate had the bedroom, you had the...
Yeah, well, he paid for pretty much the whole shit. Yeah. I threw in a few shekels when I could. But,
sure. I'm just always fascinated by living conditions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You know, what's interesting is I live in a different place now. And it's
still in New York?
Yes. In Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, which I really like.
Okay.
And I have a couple roommates, and they're great. But, the thing I have really started to like now is that it's an interesting thing. I'm finally past the point of, the cheapest thing being the best option for me. When it comes to living in a place, where you're just you're to me, it's worth $100 more to have a window.
Yeah. Okay.
And these kind of things. So, I mean, I guess that, yeah. And in my, I like my place is nice as now. It's cute. I would not, it's a good looking place. I think, if a girl walked in, you're like, oh, this guy is not a,
That's something to factor in.
Yeah, murder fuck or anything. Yeah.
My final destination.
Yeah. So yeah, that is in the moving sense, I've been I'll pay more because I want more. As opposed to being it's $400.
Yeah.
It's got a mat. Or whatever. Yeah.
Are the roommates comedians?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
So could you have it any other way?
No. Could have a wife or a girlfriend. That would be yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're comedians. They're great. A guy named Sam Evans, who's so fucking funny, and then another roommate, Jane Harrison, who's hilarious as well. She does a lot of writing stuff right now. Yeah, good comics, very fun people.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
You'll be hearing about both of them, I'm sure.
I saw. Did I have this right? You were in Vegas last week?
Yeah, I was at the Cellar.
How was that?
It was cool, man. It was my first time out there playing the Cellar.
You're familiar. You obviously do the
Cellar in New York. I work. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things is very odd because the treatment there is great, the room is great, the shows are fun, but as a town, Vegas is really not my kind of city. I don't gamble.
Okay,
There's some cool shit there. I do like, the weather's cool. It's like a nice dry heat and wind. I enjoyed that.
I just hung out with a friend 2 nights ago who lives in Vegas and is in town for a few days. I was like, hey, what was the temp today when you left? 105.
Yeah, but it's kind of windy, so you stay pretty cool. It's weird. They don't get near the humidity you guys do, I'm sure.
True.
So that's a little bit better.
Yeah. So you don't gamble?
But I went and saw some things. I went to the Neon Museum, which is great. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it. That's my honest answer. I was in Vegas November. I remember seeing something about that. We didn't go.
It's just like they get all these old signs from Las Vegas, all their old neons and stuff.
That would be
and they
neat.
restore them, some of them, and they light them up at night. And then they, give history tours and talk about
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's cool. There's some really cool stuff. Yeah, they showed me the sign because it's weird. Everybody thinks the casinos and the big flat, massive marquees, which are there clearly, marquee signs, but they have all just old Vegas institution signs.
Oh.
There's this place. It was a dry cleaner, and they had a kind of small neon Vegas-y sign. It was the Happy shirt, and it was it was Liberace's dry cleaner.
What?
Yeah, it was cool. It was because he had all those jewels and shit.
Oh yeah.
On stuff. So they would have to remove them, dry clean them, and then put them back on. Of course, I'm sure Liberace's rich as shit and all this kind of stuff. But they had a neon sign from one of his shows. They had a bunch of old stuff from Binion's, which is a famous old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I remember walking through one of the casinos there, and there was this. This is in the last couple of years, and there was this convertible in the lobby covered in rhinestones or jewels or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this fucking Liberace's car? And you walk up to the thing. Yeah, it was. It was
Quite
Liberace's
literally
car.
Liberace's car. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was. Fair enough. So going back to the last time you were here, you had recorded your album. Mm-hmm. It was not out yet.
Oh shit!
It was another week or two, I think. It was coming out. So, and you, what was
my
the
special
your half hour as well? Yeah,
had not aired yet either.
Had not aired yet either.
Wow!
Did you end up watching it when it aired?
I did. My friends.
The night of?
Yeah, I was in Los Angeles with my friends, and they were like, "Let's watch it." And Jenny and I's aired at the same night.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. I think maybe we were the premieres of that season, but I'm not sure.
Is that easy for you to sit and watch yourself?
Fuck
friends?
No. Christ, it's horrendous. Are you kidding me? Jesus.
Of course, right?
But we were sitting there with friends, and my friends were so stoked for me, and my friend's mom was there, and she's a very sweet woman, and they were cheering and stuff.
Yeah.
But my buddy bought a nice bottle of Johnny Blue, and we drank that. But my friend Sean, who's gonna be here in Minneapolis, they have a podcast called All Fantasy Everything that does pretty popular.
Okay.
They're playing the Turf Club. Do you know this place?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I used to play they used to sponsor my softball team.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they turned into more of a music venue and booted us out.
But yeah, he was he was so drunk, he was squeezing my leg, and he would he'd say the setups, he was my buddy Ian said he was like a drunk New Jerseyan at a Bon Jovi concert. he's like, how are you want? And he goes, dead or alive. He was very.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was funny. It was cool.
Well, I listened to the album.
Oh shit!
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, thanks, man.
Really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. I sincerely, that means a lot. Thank you.
Good. Where did I wrote it even on where did I put those napkins? I wrote it on a napkin in my car when I was listening. I was going to point out a couple things that I really, really liked about it. Now I can't. I'll open it up on my phone here when we're talking about something else. I was going to ask you. So one of the things, and I know you've talked about this a ton. The Guy Fieri joke that you had,
sure,
the freaking
sure.
viral. I've heard you on other podcasts talk about it. It was huge.
Yeah,
hilarious joke. We talked about it a bit last time.
It did well. Yeah.
So when I was listening back to your album recently, and it got to that part, and then it gets to the part where you're talking about Anthony Bourdain, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
So then I did a little search on Twitter, and I saw a friend of yours I have that on my, was like, oh.
Yeah, oh, what happened?
Let me see.
A bunch of comics were like, what happened to the bit? You know,
Matt Knutson?
Yeah, no, Matty Canuti.
Yeah. What's equally sad about the death of Anthony Bourdain is how it affects the brilliant Guy Fieri joke from Shane Torres. Can't stop thinking about it. From June 19th, 2018. And I thought the same thing. I was listening. I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I guess that's...
What happened? What... Have you changed? Do you do the joke anymore?
No, I don't. I'm trying really hard to like write new stuff. You know, or I've been trying harder. I'm not even gonna get into what kind of mood that'll put me in if I start talking about creative material.
Sure.
I think. Well, first of all, I'll tell a story.
Yeah, set it up here. Please.
Yeah. This, and then I'll get to the bit. But like, I was at Bonnaroo performing in Tennessee, the music festival, when he died, and I was like, oh, that's sad, you know, like, because I dog him in the bit, but you know, that, like, it was terrible what he was going through.
Yeah.
And the bit, so he died, and then the next day I was hanging out watching one of the shows, and then the producer, this wonderful woman, Marianne Ways, if you ever have any comedy needs, she's a lady to go to. She's amazing.
Okay.
I love her very much. She was like, can you go on right now? I just need somebody to go on right now and kill time. And I was like, sure, you know, because there was something they were like, it was like a theme show and they were tallying a score. I don't know exactly what it was, but like, and I was like, yeah. So I just went up there and started doing my shit. And I launched into that bit because I was on autopilot and I'd been sun soaked and like, you know, everybody's on rolling on it. Yeah.
Sure.
And people were like, and I go, and Anthony Bourdain, and everybody was just like, whoa, man. And I was like, and I had to be like, well, I wrote this before yesterday. and they were all kind of like, all right, we get it. You know. But then, you know, I don't really do the bit. I'll do, on occasion, I will do that joke if someone asks or, like in that kind of regard, I'll maybe do that bit, you know, like, or, if I am in a hole and I need to like get, you know, like pull myself out of a hole in the show, yeah, maybe then. But really, I don't touch the bit anymore. But it's really sweet. I remember seeing that tweet and it was so cool because Matt actually has one of my favorite jokes ever.
Oh, okay.
So the bit, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's. I think you could do it still, you know. But now it seems like, you know, like Anthony Bourdain was really beloved. But like the point of that
I've heard people shit on him since he died.
Yeah,
I mean, not.
But like the point of that bit is like, and you know, and some people are kind of like writing these defensives of Guy Fieri now and stuff, which I've seen like people are telling me like, look, just. And then, like, you know, anytime somebody does that, not anytime, I guess, but like a lot of the time I will get tagged and shit. And, you know, like, and, you know, one guy kind of tried to, he was a nice guy, a new comic, but he was like basically did my bit. Oh. And like somebody was like, hey, don't act like you didn't see this bit, you know, like, and he was like, I don't know. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, whatever, you know, like, so it's one of those things of, I don't know what to do about that bit. It's a blessing, you know, that I found it and wrote it and created it.
Hell yeah.
But it's very, now, and you know, like, and there's just a thing of creating new stuff, you know, like it's more, that's more the issue with me than like doing an old bit is like, cause sometimes I still have fun doing old bits, but. And
in your defense, like how you crapped on Anthony Bourdain in that bit is not, I mean, it has nothing to do with why or how he killed himself or anything like that. It's not at all.
The point being, if it had been Guy Fieri dying, people would have put out shitty memes and tweets. Like, there was no... It sucks that Anthony Bourdain died, but there's no defense of how people treat Guy Fieri the way they do for no good reason.
Right.
Like, I still don't buy that. You know, I mean, like... and point being is like people would have gone fucking nuts on the internet if he had died and done tons of mean shit. You know, like there'd have been graves with hamburgers on them and shit. Like, you know, like it's fucking, and everybody would have been like, he's headed to the big flavor town and like even lame bad writing. You know, and I did press at Bonnaroo with this guy, and it was kind of cool because I was sitting there, and do you know the band St. Paul and the Broken Bones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the press panel with me.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yeah, he's amazing. He's really great, and he's a nice guy too. He gave me some tickets to a show in Brooklyn. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, they're in the radio these days. On the local station.
Yeah, they're killing it. But he came. We were sitting there, and there was like me and him, and he's kind of like a regular looking like doughy dude too, you know.
Okay.
Like, and there were all these like rock stars next to like very like rock star looking types.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Nice guys too, but
yeah.
you know. But we were sitting there, and the guy asked me. He goes, "So, just so you seem like you can take it, you did a bit where you kind of make fun of Anthony Bourdain," and I was like, "You're doing this at press, man?" Like, and I was like, "That's not exactly what I did," and then like. And I kind of defended myself. I did defend myself, and he like it wasn't contentious or anything. But then, you know, it was just like that's not exactly. And the point being of the bit, blah blah blah. You know, but in the middle of my defense of it, Paul, he just like leaned over my ear and goes, "Hey man, I saw that guy Fieri bit. It's funny as shit." You know, and then he like. If you ever get a chance, man, see them because he puts on a fucking show.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. I'd like to.
Yeah, he's wonderful. But one more thing, Knutson has my. If you don't know this bit, you should look it up. Jesus Christ, it's funny. But he has this bit. He goes, "Can you imagine if you ordered food from a waitress the way you played it at an all-you-can-eat buffet? Like what they would.
I love it. Like already.
Yeah, and then." He does like, and it goes for like 5 or 6 minutes. It's a pretty chunky bit. Oh my god!
I can already imagine it.
Yeah, it's a pretty meaty bit, man. It's so fun. But he's like, I will have a ramekin of raisins, a handful of spaghetti, and a taco shell filled with cubed ham meat.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I've told this on the podcast before. It's been a while. Cy Amundsen, comedian. Yeah,
great guy. Funny.
I've told him this story because he has a fascination with the trash that eats at buffets.
Oh, really?
And he thinks it's really funny, like most people should. And I took my family to one within the last couple of years. Golden Corral came to town.
Oh, you guys got a
Old Country Buffet left. Golden Corral came in.
Yeah, I don't know why they always have names like that.
Right? Corral.
Old Town Buffet,
Get us
Golden Corral, Ryan's Steak. That's like a really shitty one.
Remember the name Smorgasbord?
Smorgasbord. Yeah. Dude, I was in Vegas. The cellar, they treat you really well. They we can eat it. You know, they have those fancy buffets in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
They're like $30 a pop.
I was gonna say $30-$40.
Yeah. They were like, you guys get to eat at that for free. And I was like, oh, great. You know, they worked that in the deal or whatever. Holy shit, man. I went to that thing so much. And I was just like, this is the like, you know, and the thing is, like, after a while, it stopped being special because I was there all week and I went to it like 6 or 7 times. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, do I even enjoy food anymore? You know, like it was one of these like things that like you're just too much. Why are you doing this to yourself? Well, and then I would go in there and I wouldn't even eat that much. You know, like I could have like just, you know, like I was enjoying like hummus and carrots more by the end of the day.
Well, just go to the whatever the hot dog place down the street, and then when they charge you $20 for that hot dog, you're going to want to rush right back.
Yeah,
to
probably
buffet.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, but so I want to say that I've told this before. I told Cy this that I took my family to this buffet where I was going.
How old's your family? How old are your kids?
13 and 11.
Oh,
Two
shit.
daughters. Yes. Yeah. And
they're going to be like having boyfriends and stuff.
Not yet.
Not yet.
At least not that I know.
Or girl, whatever they choose.
Right,
I guess.
right.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
You know. Yeah. I was going up to get some more food. Came back and walked past a guy. He was, I think, towards the end of his meal. He had taken, you know, they have like the ice cream stand where you could, you know, build your own sundae.
Yeah,
and they got the sprinkles and this and that and soft serve. He took the whole bin of gummy bears that you can put on your ice cream and dumped it into a bowl and took that bowl back with nothing else and was just eating the gummy bears. Like a fucking pound of gummy bears.
What the fuck, man? Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So when you start telling about your Knutson's bit, I picture the freaking. Could you imagine ordering? Yeah, I'll have the pouch of gummy bears to start.
Mike Albanese has a great bit about it too. Where he talks about he's like he's a huge guy, Mike. Like I mean, huge is like he's like 6'4", 6'5", maybe 6'6", but he's like, and he walked on at Georgia to play college football. Like so he's like a line. He's like that big.
Yeah.
Actually trimmed down quite a bit, but he has this bit about like his whole family's giants. Like and he was like we would go to these all-you-can-eat buffets, and he was just like he would say like their fucking eyes would get white as saucers seeing their family come in, and
no coupons.
Yeah, and he fucking and his dad's motto was, "You're not full till it hurts."
Oh, painful. Do you have any plans of recording again? Where are you? It's like you said, you're not really doing the Guy Fieri bit, and so you must have some new stuff.
I got this new. I think pretty much since I started this new chunk, which is not long after I saw you, right? Like, which is it's been
not quite 2 years, year and a half.
Yeah,
so
year and a half. It's there. It's getting there finally. Like, but I've been working on it and trying new things, and there's a few singles now, I guess is what like a few bits that I'm just like, these are the ones if I was going to be like, this is what I want to have. If someone had to buy my album, which jokes would I play for them?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I got some good ones now. I don't know how many, but I got some really ones that I'm like, this is getting there. This is a fucking bit, like... This is strong, and this is I'm very. I think the plan is to get somebody to want to put it on something.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places.
Yeah, there's sure. Like I'm sure hoping we get one of them out to people somewhere.
Right on. Any idea where you'd want to record? Wherever they'll let you.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Ideally, I'd like it to be an hour special, or 55 minutes, whatever it would end up being, and I'd like it could end up on a streaming service somewhere, like Comedy Central or something like that, or HBO or Netflix or whatever. Well, whoever will, I want people to be able to see it.
Yeah,
like that's really like the most important, like because I want it to translate to like this is an amazing room, and I want to be able to fill it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's one of the ways I can do that. I don't know. I think it's getting there. It's just kind of scary because you don't know what's next, but you always work in comedy trying to do more.
Sure.
Kind of blindly in some ways. Not, you don't have to be blind, but like, starting at first, you don't know anything. So you are just like, well, I'll just write jokes and make them funny, and then like one day somebody will be like, you're going to make it, kid. Yeah.
Do you decide when it's time, or does somebody come in and tell you when it's time? Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of. Like you have to decide when it's time is what I'm learning. And you have to have a good sense of yourself to know that too. Like, because you're too early, too late,
sure.
Not ready, too ready, overdone. You don't have any enthusiasm for them anymore. It's scary in a lot of ways, but it's good.
What is the status? I watched a little bit of the Comedy Central web series that you did.
Oh, thanks, man.
3 episodes.
Shane Torres Conquers Your Fear.
Yeah. What, is there going to be more of that?
I really hope so. We're supposed to hear.
You don't know. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, like, it did well enough comparatively to other stuff. Like people seem to like it and enjoy it. Yeah. And I think it got a good amount of views. Like, in the sense, it didn't go viral, but it did well.
Talk about what it is.
Oh, it's basically positive fear factor. With some like therapy thrown in. Yeah.
Because you're an expert.
Yeah. Well, like, for example, I don't know have you had Casey James Salengo here yet?
No.
He's a comic. He's a funny guy. All my guests were comedians.
Yep.
But he has a fear that nobody likes him. So the way the show works, we spend a little bit of time, talking about their fear and the origin of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey would be like, I moved around a lot, so like I didn't think anybody liked me, and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, and then we talk about it, and then like we do an immersion thing where like a slow, like I printed out like his lowest performing tweets, and
Did he know that was coming?
Yeah, well, they printed them. I mean, the network printed them out, I guess. Or, like the production team or whoever. I didn't go to a Kinko's or anything. And then, we were there, and like there were a few other things. Like, what else did we do? Oh, we took his half-hour special, and we removed all the laughter, and had him watch it for a bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And, yeah, it was very funny. And then at the end, we got all these paid actors to put nameplates on that said like mom, dad, ex-girlfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, and they just said mean shit to him. And like, yeah, and
oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean, the idea was to help people actually genuinely face their fears and shit. But
but you know it'll come back, huh?
I don't know. I sure hope so. I don't know. Maybe Comedy Central will hear this and want to make more of these fucking things. I think it's a good idea, and I think it did well. That's a very frustrating thing, but also you can only let the universe take so much. You can only put out what you can put out. Like, I don't want to sound like such a fucking hip. I'm focusing on what I can control, and making that show good when I get the opportunity to make it. Okay. Is the best thing I can do right now. Yeah. But I also should be like talking to them and being like, hey, what the, but there's only so much you can do. Is you can make it and try and create more and try and get the opportunity to create more, but you can't make people like it. You can only make it as best as you want. Mm-hmm. And that's, Tell me about it. I host a podcast. Yeah. I wish everyone listened. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. How many listeners do you have? I don't know. The ones that listen, I don't know. Yeah? No. The ones that listen to it certainly like it. Yeah. I would always want more, and that's the thing. Like, how do you fucking get them? You should give us a try. I think you'd like it. Yeah. I'd love to pull everybody that comes into this club and be like, seriously, you haven't? You should try it. Try it. Yeah. Try it. If you like the performer, or even if you like the performer. Yeah. It'd be like, hey, like if you like the performer, we did an interview with them. Exactly. Yeah. Either listen to it before or after. I mean, it is the whole idea of the thing. Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be thousands of people walking in and out of this place a week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I listened to you, speaking of podcasts, are you going to do one? Yeah. I'm in the middle of it. I listened to you. I don't remember which podcast I listened to you on. But I mentioned the idea of it. Yes. Yeah. It's I'm keeping the idea under wraps. I'll tell you off air. Oh, but, okay. Actually, fuck it. I'll tell you now. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it. It'll be out pretty soon, actually. Hopefully by fall. We're doing a bunch of episodes of where I interview people about something they're going through in their lives, and then I interview them about that thing a few months later. Okay, well, this is what I heard you say on that. Yeah. So then there'll be some other wrinkles in it and stuff. But so like, my buddy Sean went through a divorce, and I interviewed him post divorce, and then during the divorce, and then post divorce, and then I have another friend who was having a baby, and then they had the baby, and the baby is on the second episode, and I think it's an interesting idea. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll put them out however I fucking manage to put them out, but I think it'll be a cool thing. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. See, that's kind of the how would you say that? It's not immediate. It's the long play. Yeah. 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 Well, you don't want short money. Yeah, you don't want a short career either. Right on. Well, that's good. I guess you've probably said enough about that. So one of the things I like to do is with the guests is I will look for some news from your hometown that might be interesting. So for you, I looked up Fort Worth. Okay. Is that close enough for a hometown? That is my hometown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Now, so what I'll do is I'll just go to Google and search news. I'll put Fort Worth, Texas, and search the news. It was very depressing news out of Fort Worth. It was a lot of murders. A bar burned down. People are upset about. Oh, I don't remember. I'd have to look again. Let's look. I'll look again in a moment here. But there was some bar burned. I know. Yeah. Now I have your attention. But this is the one I settled on to bring to your attention. Out of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Hometown paper. Okay, this is actually from one of my all-time favorite sports writers wrote for them. Oh, yeah, Randy Galloway. Shout out to RG. He does phone interviews on the sport. He's on here like a few times a year. The old redneck dude. Yeah. Dan Barrero. He does. He works on KFan, the sports station here in town, and he has Randy Galloway on
I don't know, at least once a year. I know who that is.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's a brilliant writer.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to sports, and he like, God, when Terrell Owens was on the Cowboys, he would just be like, he's dog butting it. He'd call him El Dorado Owens. And he was so funny because he just like, I remember this was like one of the funniest things. You could tell like, I think he is probably like he's just like this old Texas dude who kind of like everybody's good people or whatever. But I was in Texas when Obama got elected on the first term, and I was listening to sports radio, and you could tell one of the guys was pretty conservative, and he goes, "Is this really that big a deal?" And Galloway just goes, "Hell yeah, a brother is the president."
Let me put it in words you understand.
Yeah, and it was
bro.
cool. It was like cool to see him just be like, "Yeah, dude, shut the fuck up." Like, so I always thought he was like a good guy, and then he was just hilarious too. Yeah, and he like
that's so cool.
Yeah, like they did this thing where like his top 10 misses and like opinions he's had, and one of them was to draft like Mil Kogorsky or someone over Michael Jordan, and this was like the things he would predict that didn't go through. And he goes, "Yeah, missed on that one. Old Dinner Bell Mel ate himself out of the league in 6 months."
Here's a guy you've never heard of.
Yeah, I can't remember what his last name was, but Jesus Christ, I remember that show made me laugh a lot. It was really entertaining, and I miss listening to him on the radio and stuff.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So this is the story I settled on. It is not written by Randy Galloway.
Okay.
The headline is, "She shot a chicken stealing varmint in Fort Worth, then she shared it on Facebook." You ready for more?
Yeah, what's her name?
Mary Kelleher was getting ready for work Thursday morning when her guinea hen started squawking, as they do when there's something strange in the yard. Kelleher immediately knew what it was. One of the coyotes that had been prowling around her 12-acre property on the east side of Fort Worth, taking chickens, geese, even newborn calves. She says, "I grabbed the gun, went to the back porch, and shot it. I've shot at him a couple times, but this time I've had a confirmed kill." Kelleher took a... Yeah, thank you. Kelleher took a photo...
Kill? Stop acting like you're on SEAL Team 6.
Straight to the head. Kelleher took a photo of the dead coyote, which she believes was a young male, and posted the picture on Facebook with the message, "One less chicken stealing varmint, dropped it from the back porch." Your thoughts, Shane? What do you know about shooting coyotes from the back porch in Fort Worth?
Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Well, I'd see it. We lived... First of all, I've never shot a coyote. I got sprayed by a skunk once, and then I threw a hockey stick at it. But that's as close as I got.
Okay. State law, by the way, stipulates that people may shoot coyotes to threaten livestock, domestic animals, or fowls.
Well, she's well within her rights. Legally, I don't... It's just, like, that's not uncommon to me. It's weird that she posted it to Facebook.
Right.
But... like the actual action, I'm like, this is just what people there do. That's
okay.
Like, do you guys have coyotes here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes...
They're fucking everywhere.
And it makes the news of a sighting because people get really worried that their little toy dog is going to get eaten in the backyard.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit, Mm-hmm. So it's shit like that.
But I don't know that you can shoot them here. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Your gun laws might not be as liberal as some of the ones in Texas.
Yeah, right? Yeah. This, what's funny is this story even lists what kind of gun was used. She used a Ruger, 204 Ruger. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I don't know. I hate guns.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm fucking terrified of them.
I don't know anything about them either.
Yeah, my brothers are fans of them, but I hate them. They're fucking stupid. But I guess like for her purpose, it seems pretty normal. Pretty like that's like a useful tool to keep her, like her animals alive. Probably has something to do with her livelihood too.
Oh yeah.
So I guess with her, I'd have no issue with it at all. I think she sounds... I probably wouldn't like her politics. I'm just guessing.
Would you like the picture on Facebook?
Fuck. No.
Would you click wow?
I'd be like, ugh.
Or the sad one?
What an impressive asshole you are.
Are you selling copies of your album like after the shows or anything? You go out and say hi, or
no? I would love for people to just stream and share it.
Okay.
I was selling. What I would do with printed posters, like concert posters of the album art, and then I put a download code on the back.
Oh,
yeah, which I thought was a nice idea.
those are great.
Yeah, but I'm out of those. Yeah, but I will do it again. I'm sure. Maybe with this new album, I'll do like art prints and not just like stock posters or whatever.
I, as a consumer, I can tell you that that's a great idea. That's something I'd like to get my hands on.
Yeah,
Remember,
cool.
yeah, really like that stuff.
No, but yeah, if you want to listen to the album, go to like Spotify or Pandora and just share the shit out of it. Use it on, spin it on YouTube, do whatever. Just share it with your fucking friends. I just need people to hear more about me and come see my shit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let me check the time here.
Well, coming up on 2, I think.
What's that?
Coming up on 2 o'clock.
Oh, it is. Good. Okay, I got one more thing I want to bring up.
Okay.
This has been happening. I don't know why this stands out to me. It's pretty stupid, actually, but I'm going to ask you your opinion on it. When you sneeze and someone acknowledges it, they'll say, but bless you or whatever. If I sneezed right now, would you say bless you? Do you say that to someone when they sneeze?
I don't know. I'm not like I used to be a bit of a germaphobe, but I'm not so bad anymore. I mean, I have my other issues, but if you sneeze, I might just be like, like, I'd be like, you all right, man?
Because
like that would probably be more like I'd probably be like, you good? Yeah, like
you got any more in there?
What's up?
Because for some reason I have an issue with that. Like when people say bless you to me, I just kind of roll my eyes like, oh, okay. I think I come across as a jerk because I don't say thank you. I was at a job site yesterday doing some painting with a friend of mine, and I sneezed a couple times, and he's like, bless you, and I didn't acknowledge it. And then I'm like, oh, now I come across as a dick. But the reason I don't is because I think it's silly. I don't know why we acknowledge. I'm
a little superstitious about it.
You are?
Yeah, I'm I'm a pretty superstitious person.
Okay.
Of my things, but there's certainly people that are worse, but I definitely have my issues.
I mean, do you know like why people think that started? Why people say bless you after you sneeze?
Probably something to do with like an influenza plague or a cold, I would guess.
It goes back. It's attributed to Pope Gregory the Great, whoever that is, who uttered it in.
Right, great.
He was back in the 6th.
He was so great. How come we never heard of him until
exactly.
now?
Might want to change your name.
Yeah, Greg Pope is probably what the guy's name.
Gregory, whatever you say, Gregory. He uttered it in the 6th century during the bubonic plague epidemic.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of close, wasn't I?
You were. Yeah, because of course, as you know, sneezing is an obvious symptom of the plague.
Yeah.
So I don't have the plague, so people don't need to say bless you.
No, but it's habitual at this point.
Yeah. I was talking about this to my wife last night.
More like good manners, I guess, now.
Yeah, I guess. But then maybe it's my own problem. Maybe I should come up with something different.
Yeah,
like
maybe like
good one.
Or like, all right, catch a nickel, 2 pickles.
I told my wife last night, I was like, if you keep doing that, I want you to do it when I fart, too.
I think that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Why can't we acknowledge
when
both?
you butt sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be grossed out.
When I have butt coughs, I want to hear bless you.
Yeah. I want you to politely acknowledge every noise I make.
When I have fanny phlegm.
Right?
Yeah. I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, your wife gets it. She seems like a smart lady.
Yeah. So we'll do an update on that, when you come back and see if that's caught on.
Appreciate that.
Is there anything else we should be mentioning you have coming up anywhere or anything?
I'll have a Colbert set airing at some point.
Oh!
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I got so confused in that because
it has not aired.
Yeah, I saw that you posted you recorded it.
We pre-taped, yeah.
In May?
Yeah.
And now it's almost the end of June, or it is the end of June, and they still haven't aired it.
No, but I mean, they...
Is that common?
They do theirs a little different, but the nice thing is you have plenty of time to promote it when you know. Yeah, like I guess, I mean, they all do. They do it that way. I feel like it's probably more like, oh, we have 5 minutes we need to fill. And so they want you to, they'll tape all these comic sets. They did, I think there were 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 of us. We all taped together.
Oh, okay.
And it was pretty cool. It's like Ed Sullivan Theater, so it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then you tape, and then they'll be like, hey, it's going to air this day, and the other guests are hopefully it's like The Rock and Matt Damon or something.
Right,
yeah. You're on with some really big guests.
Uh-huh.
But you don't actually...
It's too bad.
I know some people who have done that, like, as a like they taped that day and aired that night.
Yeah, right. I've heard that too.
Yeah,
so.
but so they do it different than the Conan does it. But whatever, man.
Yeah,
it's cool as shit.
Man, I was so confused when I was looking through your Instagram. I was like, oh, you posted something about recording, I'm like, or filming Colbert, and I'm searching and searching. I'm like, what is going on here? Are these the wrong dates or something? But all right, it makes sense.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's too bad you don't get the chance to. Cross paths with some other random celebrity that you never would have met or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But maybe I will.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, so hopefully you can keep going well.
Well, I will keep an eye out for it, and when it does air, I'll promote the hell out of it.
Thanks, brother.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
And I will continue to tell people to come to your shows. And
people come. When does this come out?
Today.
Okay, it goes out tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, get some fucking tickets. Crumb bums.
Yeah. It's going to be 1,000 degrees in the Twin Cities this weekend. There's air conditioning inside this building. We're underground. You don't want to be outside where it's freaking hot and miserable.
People, you think that's going to help, hopefully?
I don't see how it couldn't. I'm trying to make plans to do something with my daughters this weekend, and it's like everything that involves water is going to be too busy. I don't have a lake to go to, so I want to do something inside.
How do you not have a lake to go to?
Well, I mean, like a lake home. Like I don't have a lake home
yeah, lots of people.
Yeah. I mean, if there's public ones, they're going to be crazy busy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for something to do inside.
Well,
hopefully, everybody else is.
We're going to go see that Beatles movie.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Don't go see it. Come to my shows.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Acme.